Let's take a look at this confidence intervals problem. It's 8.8. It's the bank customer waiting time case. I'll read it to you. Recall that a bank manager has developed a new system to reduce the time customers spend waiting to be served by tellers during peak business hours. The mean waiting time during peak business hours under the current system is roughly 9 to 10 minutes. The bank manager hopes that the new system will have a mean waiting time that is less than 6 minutes. The mean of the sample of 100 bank customer waiting times in Table 1.8 is 5.46. If we let the symbol you see here denote the mean of all possible bank customer waiting times using the new system, and assume that that symbol, which is the standard deviation, equals 2.47, calculate 95% and 99% confidence intervals for the mean. Okay? So, let's see how we tackle part A first. Well, we use this formula. We take 5.46, which is the mean, plus 1.96 multiplied by 2.47 divided by the square root of 100. Okay, when we work through the math of the numbers, we come up with a lower range of 4.976 and an upper range of 5.944. And all we're doing is adding or subtracting 5.46, the mean, to the calculation. If you're curious about where we came up with these numbers, let me share this image so you can see it. Okay, now I just jotted in this image where we see that a 95% confidence level occurs at a value of negative 0.196 and 1.96 for Z. Okay, so the probability that X will be within plus or minus 1.96, and that's the standard deviation, falls within the range of the mean. Okay, and then down here we see how we come up with that value that you saw in the calculation, the standard deviation divided by the square root of n. Okay, if you need to look at that further, pause the presentation. Now, Part B says, using the 95% confidence interval, can the bank manager be 95% confident that the mean is less than 6 minutes? Let me move this and I'll show you that answer, which is yes. And the reason we know that is because the 95% interval falls below 6. It's actually 4.824. C says, use the 99% confidence interval. Can the bank manager be 99% confident that the mean is less than 6 minutes? Okay, and when we calculated the 99% confidence level, we get 6.096. So the answer to C is no, because the 99% interval extends above 6. So D says, based on your answer to Part B and C, how convinced are you that the new mean waiting time is less than 6 minutes? And I think this next answer should be obvious to you. We're fairly confident since we've achieved a 95% confidence interval. However, we have not achieved a 99% confidence interval.